We're listening to Keith Makes Games talk about just total wacky unreal drama while showing off his insanely polished platformer prototypes.
Yo, have you seen this? Dude, thanks so much. It's an honor to have been shouted out like this. Ever since Zeth's video dropped, I experienced a nice spike in subs, and my Quack video finally made it to 1.3k views. Thanks. Honestly, I'm shocked to have had this experience, so I really want to show my gratitude. And as a game developer, I thought I'd do what I do best. Copying games of more successful developers. Yeah, this isn't Quake or Zombies. No, I'm above that. I got permission this time. Hey everybody, my name is Keith, and I make games. Alright, for those who don't know, MZF is a YouTuber I found when Unity exploded and the users went to a mass exodus into Godot. As an Unreal YouTuber, this didn't really affect me, but it brought Godot back into the line of sight, and after a long time of not seeing it around, I just thought it actually looked pretty cool. I was watching a few people make games in Godot, and Zeth, I'm just going to call him Zeth, because that's what his Discord handle is. I actually kept up with Zeth's channel after I lost interest in Godot entirely and found that he was streaming with some people from his Discord, so I joined it. And it was super cringe. But whatever, I made friends, I think.
Yo, comment, what's up?
Hey, how's it going?
Yeah.
What a lose.
I hate that guy.
Something.
Proof that you shouldn't stay in your bubble, people. Explore the vastness of human connections. Don't be afraid. The first video I ever watched of his was his video on Hollow's Night, his Celeste-inspired platformer with the good old Mr. Pumpkin Juice. I decided that this was going to be the game I remake into 3D. The plan is to make his 2D platformer and add a whole third dimension to it. Super scary stuff. I want to try and adapt it so it retains its original soul while also having some Keith added flavor to the formula. I'm not super sure how to really adapt it quite yet, so let's start with the basics, like making this super cute pumpkin. Wow, so cute. So I made a little texture for him, also super cute. I rigged and animated him, and jeez, why is he so cute, man? Sorry, for real though, I made the character and I think it came out really nice. For this project, I want to try something super new. I haven't done this before, but I want to add outlines to everything. I think it would be a really cool art style, so honestly, let's try it out. I found this really simple one. I'm not sure how I feel about it because it uses an outline material, and I just don't think that's I just don't think that's right. But anyway, it works for now. I think it looks okay. I mean, it could be a lot worse. Zeph's Pumpkin had a few moves, including a wall slide, a wall jump, and some double jumping. Obviously, those need to make it into the game, or how can I call this a faithful adaptation? The first mechanic I started working on was the checkpoints. I made this happy little sign, then I gave him sad eyebrows. Zeth says in his video that he's a happy dude.
I draw this happy looking sign. If only I could be so happy as this fucking little dude.
I mean, maybe he's happy. I mean, maybe he's just cautiously excited. I don't know. I made this animation for when pumpkin juice gets closed. Wait, what? You don't like that he just has an idle animation? Well, that's rude. I made a quick texture for the checkpoint. I didn't mention this earlier, but I'm testing my ability to make hand-painted simple textures, like something you'd find in Sly Cooper, hence the black outlines. I think it's a pretty rad art direction if it, works well. The checkpoint, unfortunately, wasn't working so well with the outline, so I had to change it. Dang it. So it looks like I'm gonna have to watch this video and actually try to make this into a post-process effect, like I probably should have originally. Maybe I'll just keep the game like this. Yo, this video rules. It helped me understand so much about how this effect works. Check out Ben Cloward's channel. He has such a good smile, and the videos on his shaders, mwah, great stuff. The outline effect looks awesome on the world, and it's giving a nice cartoony effect that I was looking for. I actually paired the old effect with the new effect on the pumpkin, and is it just me, or is the outline looking kinda thick? I miss Danny, someone's gotta make them thick jokes. Okay, fine. I hear you loud and clear. The boy needs animations. His little casual bobs can only go so far. Thankfully, the little guy isn't super, complicated. That makes moving him around pretty simple. There we go. He's wobbling around now. I also animated his little wall slide. I just kind of noticed that he just squishes into the wall with his legs just hanging. How the hell is he supposed to jump with any gusto, dude? Yeah, I'm gonna at least try to track one foot onto the wall, and hopefully that'll look a little natural. No, okay, you know what? Yeah, I got both on there. Hell yeah, dude. Now that's some real gusto. I made his jump animations, and now I just need to make his little roll for when he double jumps. That looks like it should work, right? What in the world's happening? Okay, there we go. Fixed it. Now he looks awesome when he's double jumping. Oh yeah. He can double jump now, guys. I made it so that your jump height changes depending on how long you hold the jump button. Very classic, I know. I then added a mesmerizing echo trail to his double jump. I messed with his acceleration, deceleration, so that when he moves, it's a bit more snappier, and added some much needed air control. I made a wall slide, but for some reason, it looks a little off, but I think that's mostly due to the lack of effects. Those will come later, I promise. The last thing when it comes to the character was something that not even the mighty Zeth could do. I added jump buffers and coyote time. Don't ever say that I don't do anything for y'all. Get on my level, broski. For those who don't really know what I'm talking about, there's some just platformer 101 black magic that exists that helps the game feel really good. And pretty much any platformer you play that feels really good has these concepts. Zeth. Jump buffering is when you jump right above the ground, and instead of the game just eating the jump will activate as soon as the player touches the ground. Coyote time, in my opinion, is probably the more important of the two, but the concept behind coyote time is when you run off the edge, you have a few milliseconds to still be able to jump. This allows you to be a little less accurate so that you're not punished for trying to get that really last edge of jumping. These mechanics are all for player feel, and trust me, you definitely like them. Alright, I think that the character works completely as intended. I now declare this pumpkin done. I guess I could probably work on the death function now that I think about it. But nah, why would I set up dying at checkpoints when I can do much more interesting things like the camera rail? At this point, it would behoove me to mention, just like all my other projects, I have a cool dude helping out. Say hello, Geo.
What am I gonna say? I don't have any ideas. Ooh, I got it. Original content. Okay, perfect, I got it. Alright, let's go. What's going on, guys? My name is Geo, and I make games.
Whoa, dude. You can't just show up and steal my catchphrase. Okay, whatever. You met Geo. He's a cool dude who live streams his development progress and from time to time helps me with level design, because I literally hate level design. Maybe that's why his channel's called Level Up Design. Oh, no, not that one. There we go, that one. Sorry, I got a little sidetracked. So Geo and I got together to discuss how we wanted to set up the camera. The two ideas we were torn between was the free roam 360 or rails. I'm a big Crash Bandicoot fan, so I have a little bit of bias when it comes to the two, and we ultimately chose the rail cameras, not because of my bias, but because we felt like the game felt similar to a 2D game while still being in 3D space. I added this tracking shadow to help you determine where you are in 3D space when you're hopping around. I wonder where I got that from. But yeah, I'm really into how this feels. I think this already feels very solid in the game feel. So let's move on. Won't lie, there's not a whole lot that needs to be done in the game development portion of this. In order to really bring this game alive, the levels need some obstacles and some mechanics to spice it all up. But before that, I made the world pretty! Yay! Look at that. Honestly, the level is just lighting with simple trees and grass meshes just spammed everywhere. The grass is really cool in my opinion because as you walk around, it deforms to your little pumpkin booty. Definitely wasn't flipping out earlier. Don't know what that was. Oh, I also made these fireflies. I'm not really sure what they're supposed to be, but I'm just going to call them fireflies. Let's work on some level mechanics. I started on the jump diamond because it was the simplest one to make. I made it so that when you enter the vicinity of the diamond, it just flings you, and then comes back after a few seconds. Simple stuff. The next mechanic I worked on was the laser. This may not look like a big deal, but this actually took a lot longer to make than I thought it would. Let me explain. So making the actual laser wasn't the hard part. Just make the effect. Pretend like I didn't watch any tutorials to make this. Make the model even though the original didn't have any models. Make the model jiggle. Jiggle. Then I just need to make it kill you. That should be pretty simple. I made a sphere trace that checked to see if the pumpkin was in its way. It just teleports him back to the checkpoint. Yeah, I made the checkpoint system. Probably should have been the first thing I made, but hey, at least it wasn't the last thing I made, like in road mode. So far it wasn't really too bad, but this is where it really gets really annoying, which actually, now that I think about it, it's not the laser that was annoying, it was this part. So the hard part was actually fracturing the pumpkin. This took nearly 5 hours to make, and it was the most painful thing I did in a long time. And it was so painful that I don't even know if I want to make more death animations. But I probably will, because I really like pain. In order to get the fracture to look right, I had to throw it into 3S Max and fracture it with some rando scripts that I found on the internet. Thank you, little script. That was the easiest part about this whole process. The real painful part was that I had to piece him back together after I destroyed him like Humpty Dumpty and then program him back to explode after I spent so many hours trying to disassemble then reassemble him. I should probably also make it so that he disappears when he gets hit. Whatever, I'm getting there. To make the death transition smoother, I decided to make some masks. What do these masks do? Well, when I need a screen change, I just make one of these masks grow and shrink from the center. Really like this effect. I like it when the games do this. Since I already have a death function, I might as well make the rest of the hazards on my list. Oh, it's just the insta-kill zone. Probably would have made sense if this was the first one I made, but whatever. So this zone will be used for literally anything that will kill the pumpkin as soon as he touches it. The most common one would be the spikes. If you look at the game, there's spikes. Spikes. Oh, yeah, a little bit of spikes. So I made those models and spammed them on the ground and then placed a kill volume right on top of it. Easy peasy. All right, cool. So this is all the hazards that showed up in the original game, so we're done with that. We're done with that portion. In order to unlock new abilities in Zeth's game, you have to go and talk to pictures, and those pictures will fill you with determination. And also double jumps. In some cases, sticky jumps. I made a quick picture frame, stole the still from the game, and now Sticky Pete is in the game. I decided to make it a little more interesting when you talk to the frame, and I may have went a little overboard. Sticky Pete demands your soul. At this point, something I realized was we're pretty good amount along in this project and it's pretty silent. I love listening to the sounds of my own mind as much as the other, but let's actually do something about that. Let's take a look at what I got for the lasers. Oh, okay, this is exactly what I need. Perfect. All right, I'm just kidding. I need to go and look for some good laser sounds.
Lasers.
That wasn't really what I was looking for. After a lot of fiddling around, I finally got this as a laser fire. I think it's pretty good, right? Apparently sound was a problem in row mode, so I'm really trying, alright? I'm pretty bad at audio, but I don't think this is too bad, and practice makes perfect, right? So now for the finishing touch. There we go. If you get mad at me, blame Zeth. You know, if you just don't like this game, blame Zeth. If you don't like anything that I do, blame Zeth. Felt like the pumpkin looked a little stiff with how he hobbled around and jumped, so I decided to spice up a little. The little squash and stretch action. Alright, it's a little too much stretch. Yeah, that's better. I also made some timelines for when he lands and jumps, so that he goes. Alright, I'm about 5 pages into the writing of the script, and I don't really feel like I want to take a million years to edit this, so I'm gonna leave the project here for now. I still have quite a few stuff left to do, obviously. I have more mechanics, and I have to make the levels look pretty, and like, I guess you can look at this as a sneak peek. Yay! I want to start splitting projects into smaller chunks so I can actually make multiple videos of the same projects. That way you can have more videos to watch as they come along. But yeah, anyway, thanks everyone for watching. Thanks Zeth for shouting me out. Hope you like the progress so far. And like and subscribe. I'll see y'all later.